7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, motorcycle enthusiasts, community of racers and riders, community of Apacheans. My name is Sunanda Wong, and welcome, welcome, welcome to the celebration of a milestone which is extremely important for us and, of course, for our community. First up, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank you for coming all the way in order to celebrate this extremely important communal celebration with us. And thank you very much for braving the rain. Or should I say that actually, considering the fact that one only gets the badge of a rider, of a racer, and anyone who's done that, anyone who's ever held the weight of a motorcycle, has ever felt the thrill of a full throttle, or perhaps the gust of wind on your face when you ride? A feeling which perhaps a lot of you are aware of, something which books and movies have waxed eloquent about. The moment, that brief moment of enjoyment and of thrill where the road, the rider, and the machine become one. That's the elusive feeling that all of us are chasing. And that is exactly what we're chasing with 20+ years with Apache. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fabulous time. What a fabulous thing to look forward to. More enthusiasm in racing DNA unleashed over again, and even in more sheer brilliance. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sunanda Wong, and I thank you once again for being here. All of you are riders, you are racers, you are, of course, community of Apacheans. And we're here not only actually to celebrate all of you, but of course all of our media partners, our industry experts, TVS Motor Company leadership, members of Apache community, of course, you enthusiasts, and all of our guests who are joining us online. Thank you very much once again for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, today's event is not about unveiling something new. It's not only that. It's about celebrating the journey of a brand that has consistently refined performances of motorcycle, making it more memorable, making it more enjoyable, and building a community around the storytelling, the beauty, the wonder, and the charisma of riding. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being riders, thank you for being safe, and thank you for this beautiful community of Apacheans. And to take this show forward, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Vikas Sikka, our General Manager, Marketing, Premium Business. Ladies and gentlemen, what a huge round of applause, Mr. Sikka.
Okay, guys, thanks so much. And Sunanda was just saying, first of all, thanks all the media friends, seniors from TVS, and all the racers and motorcycle enthusiasts who have joined us on live. And I think we should start with a very, very big round of applause for our media friends who have weathered such a bad weather and still being here. So a big round of applause. No, you can clap for yourself as well, that you are brave enough. And this gives us a positive energy to start with a brand which we are celebrating today. And to begin with, there are few milestones we'll talk about. Like Sunanda was saying, today it's not about something which we'll unveil, but it is about celebrating something which we have believed in for last 20 years. And as I stand on this stage, there are 3 milestones which are noteworthy. Point number 1, as I speak, it is 44 plus years of TVS racing. It is 20 plus years of the great brand, the iconic brand in motorcycling space, TVS Apache. And there is some additional milestone which we'll talk about today as we go further in this evening. Moving forward, today it's all about celebration. And my colleagues from TVS were telling me that the media friends are coming and they have been told that there is a fantastic celebration we will do. And what we are celebrating? We are celebrating the legacy of our brand. We are celebrating a brand which have made people believe globally that there is a rider, there is a racer in each one of you. And that is what we are celebrating today. Taking it forward, like the milestones I talked about, let us first begin with 20 years. What Apache has done for 20 years. If I talk about last 20 years, Apache has always stood for engineering, innovation, and performance. These are the 3 pillars which Apache has mastered. And while mastering this, it is a brand which has stayed true to its racing roots while evolving with every generation. So what we are trying to say here, that as the technology progressed, Apache was running faster to give its riders or racers the best riding experience. Going to the second milestone, which we are saying is about 44 plus years of TVS racing. Now, when I say 44 plus years of TVS racing, this is about India's pioneering factory racing team that continues to compete still. I'll use the word still because we are always relevant to the contemporary times. It continues to compete, it continues to innovate, it continues to win. And this TVS racing team has helped us create a philosophy, what we call as track to road philosophy. And that is the second milestone we celebrate today. Moving further, what Apache has given to the field of motorcycling for the last 20 years in India. And the one great thing Apache has done is always leading as far as the technologies is concerned. We have given many firsts to motorcycling industry in last 20 years. Moving forward, giving technology for whom? There is a huge riding and racing community which we have created. And as we sit today, and the friends who are joined online, and many of them will be AOG members, Apache Owners Group. Today we are proud that we have a strong community of 500,000 people globally who has joined this community. And that is the strength of brand Apache. That is the community which never misses a moment to express their brand love for this iconic brand. And hence, if I have to put all in a single line, brand Apache is about many roads, countless stories, and one Apache DNA. So once again, welcoming you all to this fantastic evening. I hope as we unwrap the evening, you will enjoy further. And trust me on this, what we are showcasing will be, lot of you who have been associated with Apache for long will really, really feel connected about it. And to take this evening forward, I'll invite our esteemed senior, Mr. Gaurav Gupta, Head Indian Two-Wheeler Business, on the stage, please.
Thank you, Vikas. I want to first welcome all of you once again. While I know Sunanda talked about a rain-drenched, completely Mumbai city, but many of us, including myself and some of you, have taken the trouble of flying into Mumbai. You weather the roads, weather the water on the roads, and I think many of the guys told me that, Gaurav, this is the only way your love for motorcycling will increase, when you actually are going to be riding on the roads and feeling the entire environment around you, embrace it around you as well. So welcome once again, and thank you all very much. Now, before I begin, I want to just talk, Vikas talked about Apache and the 20-plus years of the brand and its growth. But it would not have been possible, if I don't start by commenting and by attributing the vision of Apache to our chairman emeritus, and thereafter, the entire impetus on the growth on premiumization to our chairman, Sudarshan Venu, as well as the entire momentum, the rigor to our CEO, K. Radhakrishnan. But that is the part of the team inside. The gratitude and the immense amount of thankfulness goes on to the entire community of Apache worldwide. And I'll share with you how this entire community has grown over the last few years from one origin country, which is India, to a 90-plus customer base across the world, making you feel very proud as made in India and exported across the world. That is what brand Apache today has lived up to, and the future, in fact, is even more promising, more reassuring, and even more engaging for our riders who will be coming into our fold in the future and falling in love with our brand Apache. I want to also share with you what has driven us over so many years and will keep driving us in the future. Fundamentals is our values at TVS. We always talk about in all our interactions about milestones in terms of numbers, market share, EBITDA, and everything else. But I think most important to share with all of you would be the importance of sharing our company's core values. And I will always reinforce this. Some of you have seen and been part of our interactions in Bangalore last year, thereafter at the launch of RTX in Himachal Pradesh. Core values is something I always like to talk about because that is the foundation of an organization, is the foundation of our culture. And we may have tough times, we may have good times, we may have moderate times, but values is what holds us together. This is our binding force for our entire team at TVS, for our stakeholders, for our ecosystem partners as well. So number one is trust. And trust, while it can be a word on the chart, but for us, trust is when our customers have full trust in what TVS assures them of an ownership experience, as well as within our team members. The second, of course, is value maximization in making sure we are offering much more and the customers feel that, yes, they are getting the best out of their TVS ownership experience. Exactness, you will always find that in our performance, whether it's our engineering, whether it's our numbers. We always don't look at approximate, and that is something which is very sharp and distinct to TVS. Then you've got customer obsession, which has which has been driving us for so many years, decades, and will keep it on as well as we go forward. Whether it's in terms of our product, in terms of our technology, be in terms of how we take care of our customers, being wrapped around our customer completely. And Apache, frankly, is one of the brands that I would call it a rider-centric brand. And we'll talk about that in just a few minutes as well. But of course, speed and agility today's requirement and disruptive mindset in terms of technology, in terms of what features we bring in, and most importantly, questioning the why and the how. This is our foundation at TVS. It's also important, and I'm going to reinforce here, a 90-plus customer base, a country base for Apache, and expanding as we go further also. Now, this is something which is very interesting. We are going to be celebrating a big milestone for Apache. But beyond that, what is important is the milestone that we've got for TVS customers worldwide. And I would like all of you to really look at the number on the screen and feel that entire energy, feel that entire moment of gratitude and pride, and feel that, yes, this is TVS across the world. And this number, as you can see, the momentum it has caught up over the last few years. So 65 million plus and counting. And of that, if you bring it down to Apache, we've got a big number that we'll be sharing with you very shortly and how we will celebrate that as to building up the momentum in the years ahead. Along with that, what we've got out in our company is we stand for quality. We made India proud when we got the first Deming Prize in the year 2002. And we have not looked back since then. J.D. Power, which is, of course, a testimony to quality studies worldwide. Today, 70% of our products are in the top 3. It is the obsessiveness of quality that goes across our entire fabric of the company to ensure that our customers who believe and they come into our fold, they have an excellent, enjoyable ownership experience. And of course, as a result of all of this work, we have been able to build up great partners with great organizations, great brands, as well as great community across the world, like BMW and beyond. So we talked about our customer base. We are also humbled to share that in the last year, with the help of the love of our customers, we are now a global rank 3 in the two-wheeler space. And you should be really proud that an Indian company now is in the top 3, and we are increasing our stance as we go further. Most important part over here, please, that will be important, yes. Today on Apache, a few lines on Apache as well. Apache brings to us race track performance for a daily immersion experience for our riders. It brings on advanced technology. It brings in precision engineering. And most importantly, along with all this, it also brings in distinctive design. It's all around the rider. It's a very rider-centric focus that we've borne on Apache completely. Celebrating our entire customer base of Apache, we are going to be bringing in what our team will be bringing to you as the way forward. But remember, Apache has had its DNA and origin on the racetrack. While more than 4 decades ago, we started the first racing kit in the country, we also have the rank of being the first Indian company in 2015 and 16 to be participating at the Dakar race. We took it further, 2023, to have the first EV racing team as well. And of course, that entire DNA continues. So when we look at this entire approach of Apache, it is no short means that the entire love for the brand keeps on growing. Today, you will see, along with celebrations, along with what you have in the hall behind you, you've got a great film. And why are we all here for a film? This is not just a film. This is a movement. This is an attribute. This is a gratitude to our entire rider base across the world. It's also a testimony and a revised commitment to our customer obsessiveness. It's also a commitment, and we do believe that it's going to be inspiring new community members, new riders to fall in love with the Apache brand. And then with our entire set of our customer base of Apache, we will like to bring with them, collaborate with them, and take the world of motorcycling ahead in a very, very advanced and accelerated phase. So as we celebrate our 7 million customers of Apache, more importantly in that, we've got 500,000 connected customers with us out of a 5 million customer base of Apache Owners Group. Riding communities feel engaged. But within that, we've got more than 500,000 of them engaging with us on a regular basis. So if you look at all of this put together, a 7 million landmark for Apache. What took us 10 years to reach 5 million, the last 2 million was achieved in 2 years itself. That is the pace of acceleration. If you look at market shares, the premium and the super premium market share at TVS is growing at multiple X compared to industry growth. All of that put together, our commitment on great products, including our recent launch of RTX last year, all this helps us to build in the promise for the future for Apache, to build in our love for our community and gratitude for our customers. With that, I'm going to bring in our business head for premium, Vimal Sumbali, on the stage, who will share with all of you what the road ahead is for Apache, and more importantly, more celebration moments. So thank you all very much.
So good evening, everyone. I'm sure we have one hand a phone. How many of you are motorcyclists here? Wonderful. What do we use right hand in motorcycles for? Throttle. So use for throttle, right? Accelerate or race, right? You all agree or no? How many of you can use this hand for racing? Let me see how many of you are real motorcyclists. Can you? Yeah? Cool. I can see some of you smiling and some of you puzzling what we are doing here, right? Let me make your life a little simple. We are here to really, really enjoy the journey of a brand which was born in India and is dominating 90 countries in the world. Are you not proud as an Indian? Are you? Yeah. So we, as an Indian company, as an Indian brand, when I see these beautiful motorcycles in Italy, in Mexico, in Argentina, in Nepal, in Bangladesh, I really feel very proud. And I'm sure each one of us feels equally proud. And let me run you through the agenda of the day. Thanks, Vikas and Gaurav, to bring the context to the whole conference. The next two parts are really, really very interesting, right? Why we are here for. We have seen many communities, we have seen many brands, we have seen many motorcycles, but I can proudly tell you the one brand which talks about the Gen Z, Gen Alpha, and probably Gen Beta. I was told the recently born kids are called as Gen Beta. Is only TVS and is only TVS Apache, right? We talk about Gen Z, we talk about Gen Alpha, and we also talk about Gen Beta. What I'm going to share with you is wonderful things about what is happening to India, right? Most of the people in India look for mileage. That is the past. Today, Indians are looking for super highways, 6-lane highways, missing links to connect one city to another city, and there's no beautiful motorcycle other than Apache which can bring this to life, and you can enjoy those rides on beautiful motorcycle without bothering about whether you're going to be safe, whether you're going to be enjoying the ride, and are you going to be one with the motorcycle. Let me show you a little bit about TVS in terms of their data and all. Gaurav talked about the data exactness. If we look at the premium industry of the last 3 years in India, it has been growing at a rate of 12%. Guys, when the industry grows on a large platform by 12%, it's a big number what we mean on the road. What has Apache done? It has grown by 25%, double the growth of the industry. In fact, we have been driving the growth. Now, this occasion of here is not only to tell you how the brand is becoming successful, what it has done to the country as a whole, what it has done to the motorcycling as a whole, what does it bring in the smaller cc of the motorcycles? We all know what kind of the motorcycles in the bigger segment bring, and what do we bring in these 300cc, 160cc, and 180cc is a world-class. Elements, be it technology, be it performance, be it design. I'm going to spend some time on it. When we started way back in 2005, this is a synopsis. We just had one motorcycle called as Apache 150cc. Today, we have built 7 motorcycles of Apache, catering to various formats, various riding habits, and for an incredible India and a global world. When it comes to motorcycle and music, world does not differentiate. Motorcycle and music flows across the world, and one motorcycle can connect with another motorcyclist, and one musician connect with another musician. I'm sure by the end of the day, you're going to meet the finest director on this stage, the one who has crafted and who has made this journey even more enjoyable. From one country in India to 90+ countries in the world, and it has got 7 times the volume and the growth. In fact, we have been fueling the growth of this sports segment in India. Now, this is not an easy journey. You cannot get a growth in a premium segment, in the segment which is very demanding. The customer in this segment wants every time new. Usko har din kuch alag chahiye, naya chahiye. Usko different chahiye. He wants to be different. He wants to be seen differently. He wants to experience things differently. And India is moving out of product to a brand. So he wants to experience something differently. So if you look at premiumization in India, and if you look at the young India, and if you look how India is becoming a global center for motorcycling, right? We are the #1 two-wheeler makers in the world, right? That's where India stands today. And why does it stand today there? Is because we are youth-centric country. 18 to 24 age band. We have 180 million people in this age band, and this is what Apache really, really boosts. The whole segment is about performance, about technology, about design. Tech savvy, right? These youngsters, they read technology. They want to consume technology. It's not about the technology on your phone. It's how I can consume it, how I can use it for my day-to-day work. There was a time when people were not using technology at all. It was lying there, idle. But how to use technology, right? We have close to around 958 million internet users in India. Third is the third largest ecosystem of the entrepreneurs. This is fueling India. This is the growth India, and it's very, very competitive market. If Apache has achieved this feat, if Apache has been a successful brand, if TVS has been able to build this segment, is for these demanding customers, for these youngsters, for those guys who look beyond the product. And if we look at this racing DNA unleashed, and what TVS Apache has done completely different than what most of the brands have sought, Apache is of the racers, by the racers, for the racers. Ladies and gentlemen, on the right-hand side are the racers who are representing India in various international forums, in various category of racing. This is our India. This is shining India. This is racing India. And I'm sure TVS is putting India on the map of world of racing. That is what we have been doing from the last 44 years. And if we look at Apache, it has been democratizing racing in India. In India, the racing was limited to rich people who could afford bigger bikes. They could then race, they could go to the track, and they could experience these motorcycles. What TVS has done has expertise into building a democratized racing in all the motorcycles that we produce. Now, racing also brings two connotations to it. It brings the quality of the motorcycle we make. It brings in how we are technology-oriented. It also brings in the design so that when you're standing on that signal, when you're standing on that mountain, when you're standing on that dirt, you really have the head look around, oh, wow, that's Apache. In 1982 is when we started racing. In 1993, we were the first brand to start One Make Racing Championship. In 2015, we are the first Indian manufacturer to go to Dakar. In 2016, ladies and gentlemen, first global brand like TVS to make factory woman racing team. It was now is becoming a phenomenon. People are talking about gender neutral and all. We started doing it since 2016. 2020, we said India is not enough. Let us go to Asia Road Racing Championship. So we participated into the Asia Road Racing Championships. In 2023, we built up many other racing platforms. In 2025, we are the first brand to supply motorcycles and engines to the racing team. Not only are we supplying motorcycles to our own riders, we are also supplying to the team. So we are building this ecosystem around the whole motorcycling in India, not for only the riders who ride beautiful Apaches, but for the racers who race on the racetrack, also the teams who need this kind of appetite to build racing as large in India. Ladies and gentlemen, India is the largest two-wheeler manufacturer in the world, yet we have nobody standing on a MotoGP track. So this is probably a foundation we are laying for the future generation of motorcyclists to dream about being on the world grid. And TVS is leading this flag, and TVS is the flag bearer of racing in India. Now, what does this do to India? I'm very happy and proud to tell you, we have trained more than 4,000 racers. Some of you sitting in this hall have been trained at TVS Racing Academy. We have been building racers in India. Our engineering team, our R&D team, our manufacturing team our design and development team have been building motorcycles which can build new generation of racers. And this is a big feat. And there's a saying in TVS, I don't know how many of you have been to the factory, we proudly say that we race on Sundays and we sell on Mondays. Now this is what we stand for. That is why racing and Apache is very close to each other. In fact, our R&D is next to a racetrack. So we learn from the racetrack, we come back, and we design our motorcycle. That is why we are ahead. That is why you're seeing CAGR of Apache 25% when the industry is only growing by 12%. That is why you're seeing this community is building so strong, so fastly, across, not only in India, but across the world. That is the power of Apache. It is very, very youth-centric brand. It is the brand which really talks about performance, technology, and design in every day, in every ride, and bringing the smile to every Apache owners across the world. We are a performance-first brand. We always, always believe in breaking racing first. Ladies and gentlemen, way back in 2005, this was Apache 150. A round of applause for an icon which was born in 2005. This is where from the racing journey of India starts. This is where from the Apache starts. And this is what we have built from last 20 plus years in India and global. Apache has not been only a product with 150 in 2005. We have made various Apaches. We have Apache 160. We made Apache 180. We made Apache 200 4V. We also made Apache RTR 300, the most powerful RTR. We made RR, which is a race-bred machine on those racetracks, clocking so many beautiful lap times from the Indian manufacturer. We have been creating Apache for the formats of road, street, racetrack, and also recently, around 7 months back, we developed a new category, and this category is called as Rally Tourer Extreme. And RTX, my dear friend, has become like a real motorcycle in this adventure world, because not only do we bring a beautiful motorcycle, we build the agility to ride in Himalayas, and as equally as you can ride in Andheri in Bombay. Agility to ride this motorcycle is beautiful, and I'm sure there's a lot of good waiting period for it as of now, but that is not what we intend to do. What is Apache standard for? What has TVS Motor Company done? And Gaurav spoke about it. We have been always concentrating on technology. Ladies and gentlemen, India is known as an IT hub of the world. Please pay attention to India is also the hub of creating automobile technology. That is what we have been giving in these CCO bikes to the world of the riders. We were the first to get FI in India when there was no legislation for it. We were the first to introduce ABS when there was no legislation to it. We are the first to introduce 6-directional IMU called as RTDSC, which was developed with Bosch to give you safety, agility, and every corner so precise, and you enjoy every bit of motorcycling. So this is the power of precision engineering that TVS brings to this. We are the first motorcycle with a keyless entry. So what Apache has been doing is redefining technology and making the benchmark for the motorcycling industry in India and at a global level. That is the power of the brand. That is why you all here. How does technology shift in motorcycle happen in smaller CCO bikes? Other day, one of the European riders was riding this bike, and he said, it is a pocket rocket. I have never seen this kind of a power in this smaller motorcycle. It's a power rocket Apache. It was such a proud moment, right? We talk about technology, we talk about performance, we talk about agility, we talk about design. We talk about Apache. That is what comes to my mind, and that is what we are all here for. If you look at Apache as a brand, we have never done something which is normal. We have always created the records, and we have almost broken each and every record. Whether it was doing stunting at a 21,520 where you can hardly breathe, right? Or doing at a 14,006 hour of non-stop stunting, or taking RR 310 to Buriram track and clocking 215.4 kilometer per hour in the lap, or doing any kind of strong events. Like we went to Nitrax, we did 24 hours of running of our stock bikes, 24 hours non-stop, and we clocked 3,679 kilometers. This was the record, and we made it to the Asia Book of Record. So Apache is known for record breaking. Apache is known for technology. Apache is known for design. Apache is known for creating the benchmark in this technology. In fact, we are the lead bearer of the technology in this segment. Whatever we do, you will see others following him. So that is the power of Apache. What has it done? We have been always winning Motorcycle of the Year. Be it 2017 or be it 2025, we have won the Motorcycle of the Year for Apache. This is what Apache is all about. Performance, technology, design, made in India, sold in 90 plus countries. Anybody you meet and he tells you, oh, I own an Apache. Oh, you're a racing guy. That is how it is, right? Now, if you look at, if you look at this whole ecosystem, not only do we have naked, super sports, we have got a freestyler, and we have got adventure. In a way, Apache is an umbrella of motorcycle enthusiasts who are looking for naked, who are looking for street, who are looking for a little bit of freestyling, and who are looking at adventure. This is one platform where you get the best of each of these segments. So once an Apache owner, always an Apache owner. You upgrade within Apache. You can't leave Apache. That's the power of Apache. That is the growth of Apache. This bike gets you in. This is the statement by our Apache owner group. They say this bike gets you in, and the tribe keeps you up. We have an Apache owners group globally set up, and Gaurav talked about it. We have 500,000 connected customers. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not about having a community. It's the youngest community out there. The youngsters of India, the youngsters of Latin America, the youngsters of Nepal, the youngsters of Europe who are looking to be connected to Apache. So what, as a brand, Apache has done? It has moved from the world of motorcycle to the world of motorcycling. It has brought experience to the ownership, be ARE, be ARE GP, be it APP, be it underground kind of events. We have always created an experience for a customer that he never forgets for. We have moved from product to experience, and that is the power of Apache that it has brought in the last 20 plus years in India and globally. If you look at the brand, it has really, really become very personalized. We are the first Indian brand to build, to order motorcycles. We are the customized, your motorcycles in Apache are very easy to customize. I don't know how many of you, while walking that beautiful tunnel, you could see the customized motorcycle done on Apache. They're very easy motorcycles. They become the canvas for the customizers to make beautiful motorcycles which you can own and differentiate. Not only is Apache about performance, about technology, about quality, it also practices the safety. We have a very strong range of safety gears. We have collaborated with the world best like Alpine Star, GV for accessories, MT helmets for safety. We also are bringing young people to this forum through Kidzania, where a young kid going to an edutainment park between 3 to 9 years gets to experience Apache. Not only are we seeding it at the ground level, we are also seeing them on the racetrack. Gameloft is the first Indian brand to be part of it. Close to around 1.5 million downloads of this game are done every day. So it's a very young-oriented brand, and we see a lot of engagement for the brand Apache there. So in total, what does Apache do? Is the first motorcycle which got riding modes, the first motorcycle which has got a connected device. From connected device, we have a connected community. From connected community, we have one platform where our 500,000 customers globally talk to us, speak to us, and our individual brand ambassador. TVS Apache does not have a single brand ambassador. Every customer who rides an Apache is the brand ambassador of the brand Apache. That's the power of Apache. That's the power of the brand. We spoke about 1 million. As you can see in this graph on the right-hand side, you can see how much time did it take us to make 1 million each. And if you look at the last two graphs, we literally are clocking 1 million in a year. In the last 2 years, we have approximately got 2 million Apache riders. Doesn't it need a big round of applause for TVS Apache? 2 million. And we have been driving this growth. The power of Apache brand has been, so today we are here to celebrate 4 broad things. 44 years of racing. We have been winning podiums. You will meet our factory racing team today. We have been celebrating 20 plus years of Apache. We have 500,000 connected community, and today we will deliver a bike to the 7th million customer, and incidentally, he's from Bombay, and he owns an RR. So we'll have a delivery function at the end of the event to celebrate our 7 million. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a big feat for any brand which is just 20 plus years young, and it is growing very, very fast, and this is what we are here to celebrate. So that's the journey. Do you think we called you only for 7 million? I don't think we called you all the way and through this rains to come and see our 7 million celebration. Of course, we want you to be the part of 7 million celebration. But what we are going to do today in the next 2 sessions is to tell you how this brand is getting built and how it is redefining.
Million that we're celebrating. Yeah, that's in tow. Please make some noise. Clap it out. You can bring out those whistles. You can bring out your riding hats. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic moment. And I think very aptly said, some of the things that he said was, if I am to introduce this symbol, you know what this means? Gen Z and Gen Alpha, it's called clocking it. Yeah? Something new that you learned this evening. Let's call clocking it, okay? This is actually who we are appealing to. The existing riders, the forthcoming riders, and the ones who are with us. We're going to create a community. It's going to be a big blast and a big hurrah. It's the growth story. It's the experience of an entire nation to a company and to all the riders, all our brand ambassadors. Can I hear a huge hurrah? Give it up. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can clap it out, ladies and gentlemen. And now, the fact that the gentlemen have introduced so much enthusiasm in the room, and we've seen a little bit of a peek what's going on in their mind, I think it's time to have a little bit more clarity. They've given us a lay of the land, a bird's eye view of what we are to see. Ladies and gentlemen, but now, let's invite them to have a clearer view of how this brand is shaping up, how your experience is going to get better, and how we're going to get all these people, all these riders, and all these racers that we're talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, with a huge round of applause, please welcome for our brand chat, Mr. Vimal Sumbli, our Head Business Premium TVS Motor Company. Please welcome Mr. Amit Rajwara, our Head Design TVS Motor Company, Mr. Vikas Sikka, our General Manager, Marketing Premium Business, Mr. Govind Pandey, our Chief Executive Officer, Lintas India, Mr. Russell Barrett, our Chief Creative Experience Officer, Lintas India, and of course, the prolific Indian filmmaker, Mr. Ram Madhvani. And ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sikka will also be moderating the session. Please give them a huge round of applause.
At the edge.
Quickly, come.
No, because
Ram,
you're here.
Ram,
I'm
I
in the
have to
center.
moderate.
Yeah,
No, you have to be there. First of all, I'd like to thanks Gaurav for his insights, Vimal for a very energetic presentation as always. Now, we were thinking that we should have some other people who have largely contributed a lot to what we are going to showcase you and take their views on what they think of Apache as a brand. So to start with, Vimal, because you are already in the momentum of it, so I'll start with you, okay? So, Vimal, as we have always said that Apache has democratized racing in India as a brand. Now, what make you to introduce this new campaign and what you're trying to convey with this?
I think 2 things to it. I'm sure all of us know, as Indians, we always want to be ahead of everybody, right? We always are being taught, your neighbor kid is doing well, you should start studying more, or the neighbor is really, really good, you should start looking at her or him, okay? We always, when there is a, I always wonder when I'm on the road, somebody is chasing me irrespective of his size, shape, or the vehicle he's in, right? So I think India has a mindset of race, and we wanted to bring, for all the racers out there, the guys who believe today in Apache, those guys who are riding Apache, those who are dreaming about owning an Apache, and the kids who are today 13 years, 12 years, after 5 years, when they are going to be adult and get a license to ride Apache. This is a campaign for them. This is really a campaign. I'm sure all of the people out here are going to enjoy it. It is for those people who always believed in technology, performance, and design. And "tu race laga" is one more connotation of that.
Okay, I was just going to, because I think a lot of would have read on the t-shirts already. I don't want it to that line to come out. But, you know, the intent of the line is still to be shown. So that is still a secret. So going to Govind. So Govind, quickly. So from the creation perspective, from the creator perspective, what this campaign means to you? Yeah.
No, so, yeah, so, no, like you heard such, you know, the fact that there are 7 million riders, it's an iconic brand. And so one of the objectives which you and Vimal set for us is that how do we take this 7 million to 70 million? And this emotion of racing, which is currently very elite, very racetrack for like, you know, serious riders, how do we take that emotion to normal people, to, you know, to larger number of riders who are like normal riders. So I think that was the intent behind this, that how do we keep the emotion of Ronin and take that drop of Ronin's emotion and spread it to a larger number of people. That was the intent.
Fantastic. So going from one creative head to the other, Russell, so what you felt before we go to Ram, what was the biggest creative challenge you think that the campaign threw at you?
Yeah. So like we've been hearing, you know, it's been 20 years, 20 plus years of amazing advertising, as well as an amazing product. The challenge was to make, not just make another commercial, but to make a sort of, you know, an ode to movement, to this personal ambition and the energy of the Apache rider. And that was what we started off and hope to have captured. The essence is on our T-shirts.
Fantastic. So, Ram, if I call you the creator of this, and you try to flow in all ideas we had in this short format film, if I may say. So, Ram, what was your first reaction when you heard the brief?
Well, my first reaction today when I walked in, let me tell you about that. Isn't this fantastically done, guys? I mean, hats off, really, to Vimal, to Vikas, to Gaurav. This is the world premiere of our film, okay? So soon you'll be seeing it. And my brief was, when Vimal spoke to me and Vikas spoke to me, they said, "Aisa film banao, jiska hum world premiere kar sakte hain." So this is really where you are now going to be seeing this film soon. But that was my brief, actually, more than anything else. What you're seeing here, which is the actual chant that you will hear in the film, which is "Tu Race Laga." But I think that, and that was by Govind and Russell and Namrata, who's here. But I think that the bigger actual brief was, can you make a film that gives you goose flesh? And I keep saying that I'm in the goose flesh, in the goosebumps business. So that's what I'm hoping, that when you see the film coming up soon, kyunki picture abhi baki hai, soon that is what you will get. My brief was very simple. It was a very feeling brief.
Fantastic, Ram. So moving to one type of creation to the other type of creation, creating the product. So Amit, what, according to you, and what you will, because you have been part of this journey, that Apache design philosophy evolved over the years, and how we have made sure that it is true to the racing DNA?
Well, because, you know, we've been racing for more than 4.5 decades now, and roughly 2 of those are with Apache. So it has been a really exciting journey. During this time, the racing, the engineering, as well as the design team sits together, and Apache is the only team which does that to design new products. So what this brings to the table is very strong functional expertise, because designers are also racers, and racers also help you design, in terms of lightweighting, in terms of new technology, materials, performance, ergo, and so on and so forth. But it also instills a very strong racing spirit in designers, that they want to be the best when you show Apache concepts to outside people. And hence, many of our Apaches are born from exhibition vehicles, which is the Draken gave rise to the 4V, the Akula to RR310, and many other concepts gave rise to the wonderful RTX that you have behind. So the spirit of performance, which is represented through form, proportions, lighting signature, sound for Apache, even the shield that you have, are all the visual assets which are designed with performance, keeping that in mind.
Super. So, Vimal, when you were speaking and you added one more milestone to your milestone. So though that was not part of the initial script. And that milestone, I think, we are really proud of, and that is our strong community. 500,000 people who are connected and on a daily basis they express their brand love. So what you will like to say to them about this campaign?
I have a small statement to them. This is for you. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. To all the Apache owners across the world, thank you for making Apache such a wonderful brand. And I know some of you in this hall also own Apache. This movie is to all of you. This film is for all of you. This celebration of 7 million is for all of you. And I hope you will really, really enjoy it. And we are going to own this space from today, I'm sure, after this campaign, to Race Laga. I'm sure that is a space where Apache will operate, and I'm sure the competitions wish that they were there before.
Fantastic. So, Ram, quickly, so Apache is a very Puritan brand, and when the brief came, and like Govind very rightly put it, that, it is to take Apache from 7 million to 70 million, that journey we have to travel. So, but it has to be very true to what Apache is. So bringing that authenticity, was it challenging? And if yes, how you address that?
When you see the film, I think there were finally 8 riders who were from TVS Apache, who actually give you that authentic feeling of what racing is. Sometimes I wish I was not a filmmaker. I would rather be one of them. I would have rather been a rider, because that feeling that I got when I watched them is actually the feeling of authenticity, that feeling of a race actually happening. And I think that is really what TVS Apache stands for, which is to be authentic to racing. And I think that's what, hopefully the film, when you see it, that's what will deliver.
Fantastic. Russell, quickly, before everybody is guessing what Tu Race Laga actually is. So, Russell, where, Tu Race Laga is simple, but I think it's very powerful. So, according to you, why you think that it works? What is your belief?
Sure. So, I mean, we've heard the word community here a lot today. And I think what Tu Race Laga does is it's not an instruction. It's not manufacturer speak. It's an invitation to a community of like-minded riders and racers. And I think that's really where the longevity of this will come from. And it's where we are pinning our hopes.
Super. So now quick, like this, and nobody we are copying here, but, the one words are really fun. So let's have a quick round of one words before we move forward. So quickly, Vimal, and you have to answer really, really fast. So Vimal, what racing means to you?
Which everybody can do in every day.
Ram, what racing means to you?
Racing to me is just the sound. As soon as you hear that sound, your heart starts beating.
What about Govind, you?
To achieve your dreams really fast.
Oh, fantastic. Russell, what about you?
It's the drive, the spirit, and the drive and the energy.
And Amit?
Intense focus.
Okay, fantastic. Now connecting to the next word, which is Apache. Vimal, what Apache means to you?
Future.
Amit?
Unstoppable spirit.
Ram?
It actually is a tribe. That's what Apache means to me.
Fantastic. Yeah, Russell.
I mean, look around the room. It's an attitude.
Yeah. And Govind?
Apache is simply the most iconic motorcycle brand.
And to the last question. We have talked about racing, we have talked about Apache. What "tu race laga" means to you, Vimal?
I don't want to really steal the heat out of the film because the world premiere. I'm sure I would love to hear the feedback from all of you when we meet, when we see something more. Let's keep that level of anxiety still alive, and I think it's a great idea for us to wrap this up and move to the next session. Right?
Sure, sure.
Thank you.
Before Ram, what "tu race laga" means to you?
I've got this on. So, I'll do it as a hook dance step. But I will not, I'll do it silently so that when you see the film, you'll understand. It's this, it's this, it's this, it's this, and it's that. That is what "tu race laga" means.
Thanks, gentlemen. Thanks for expressing your views.
Thank you.
Sunanda, over to you. Yeah.
Thank you very much to our panelists. Thank you for your perspective and letting us know what racing and Apache means to you. Ladies and gentlemen, I have seen it. I have been privy to it, parts of it. It is exciting. It is thrilling. And it completely encompasses everything racing and Apache is and it wants to be. Leading it and directing it, none other than somebody who is absolutely iconic, very prolific. He is not only a filmmaker in India to have a national award for the film Nirja, an international Emmy nomination for the series Arya, and 2 Cannes Advertising Awards. He's widely regarded and makes him one of the few Indian directors recognized at the highest level across both television and cinema. Ladies and gentlemen, racing to him means the sound of the throttle. Please welcome the very respected, the absolute perfectionist, Mr. Ram Madhvani.
Hi, everybody. That was Sunanda, who basically was one of my air hostesses in Nirja, so which is why she made my introduction even more glowy, so that I could give her another role soon. I learned a new word when I was making this film, which you'll soon see. I know everybody's bladders are now bursting. You'll see the film very soon. It's a 4-minute film coming up. But one of the new words I learned was a word called organoleptics. So I can't see you all very clearly, but this was a word that I had to look up because I said, what does this word mean? And even now, I'm going to look it up once more because even now, I don't actually know its meaning, but I know its feeling because that feeling is what you're going to get soon. And organoleptics is actually the feeling that you get when you're on a motorcycle and your entire senses are fully at 100%. And I have been a motorcycle rider now from the time I was in college. My elder brother had a motorcycle. And I think one of the reasons that my wife fell in love with me was not because of me, but because of my motorcycle. And also when I met Vimal and Vikas for the first time, they gifted me a helmet. And I said to my producer, Manoj, who's here today, I said, yaar, shooting ke baad, shooting pe mere ko motorcycle ride karna hai. I want to ride the RR because that is one machine, okay? I want to ride that first. And Manoj, my producer, said, tu pehle shoot khatam karega, uske baad ride karega. And actually that never happened. But it's something which, every time I hear that sound, there is a kid who's there in the film. He's a 6-year-old kid who's in the film. And after the shoot got over, so he came up to me and he said, Ram uncle. So I said, haan, kya ho gaya? he said, आपने बोला था कि आप मेरे को वो ऐसा उसको तो रेस बोलते हैं वो बच्चे को वो he said race मेरे को वो throttle ऐसा मेरे को करना he didn't know the word throttle and so I took him in my hands and I didn't obviously make him sit on the motorcycle but I just said अच्छा अभी तू कर and there was somebody else sitting on the motorcycle on the side the chute had got over and he went like with his hand and he actually revved the RR and I feel so bad that I was not able to capture that expression of that kid because that expression gave me goose flesh. And like I said, I'm in the goose flesh business, so I'm hoping that this film will give you that. I'm here taking credit for a film that actually requires many, many people. There is Govind, there's Russell, there's Namrata, there's my producer, there's my entire team, and more than anybody else, there's also Gaurav, and there's Vimal, and there's Vikas, and there's all those people that you see behind over here who basically asked me to make something which is so dear to me, which is the feeling that you get when you're actually on a motorcycle. And that feeling of flow. I've been on motorcycles in America, and I remember telling my elder brother who was in a car because, he was the sort of follow car in a way. And I was on the motorcycle and I told him, don't take me on the big highways because those trucks, they're really, really crazy trucks. They have some 16, 18 wheels. And he was on, sort of was not really paying attention. He was driving and he took me on that super highway. And I yet remember the feeling when a truck passes you by, that big, huge truck, and you feel in the wake of that truck, jaise wo boat jata hai aisa, you feel in that wake of that truck, whoa, what happened here? And I must say, motorcycling makes me feel alive. And that is really why I am somebody who believes in motorcycling. वो गाड़ी में है ना वो फीलिंग नहीं आता है वो गाड़ी में एसी होता है विंडो ऊपर होता है यहाँ वो फीलिंग होता है ना it's something which that sound the feeling you go under a bridge you can actually you can smell, you can actually hear everything. It's a feeling that I try to capture, that we together as a team try to capture in this film, and that's basically what I'm now going to soon reveal. So thank you to everybody over here, my team, for actually making this happen while I stand here taking the credit. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we also have Vimal sir on stage, please?
I have to say before...
Can I have the sound, please? Ladies and Ram, you cannot run away.
I'm not running away, but what I have to say is that if there is anybody who, sort of symbolizes this tu race laga, it is this man over here. Because he is somebody who's telling me when actually he's saying, India aajkal jo hai na, even aap airport se plane se nikalte ho, to they're racing. Forget cars and motorcycles and forget the road. People are racing in India, and that is why this slogan, which is what Russell and the team have created, is going to be beyond just, motorcycling and racing. But this is the man who really epitomizes racing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have the world's first premiere of Tu Race Laga. Please hold on to your seats tight. I know we have not provided you the riding gear and the helmets. Please hold on tight to your seat. And any one of you will give a privilege to ride these motorcycles very soon because there's a beautiful view of all the range of motorcycles that Apache has been built over the last 20 years. And please enjoy this movie. And if you want once more, please do speak about it. Over to you guys. Thank you so much.
TVS Apaches. This is pure TVS Apache bloodline. And here we go!
सूरज से पहले उठता जा, हवा से बातें करता जा। साइडों पीछे छोड़ दे, राहों का रुख मोड़ दे।
Whoa! What a dogfight! The RR takes the lead. The RTR seems to be falling behind. But the RTR takes a different route. Wait, what's happening here? The RTR rejoins the track. He's taken the lead from the RR. What is this? Is he giving up hope? And here's the RR back again. They're racing all the way to the line. It's a photo finish. Here's the rest of the drive. That's the Apache RT R164V, India's most powerful 160cc. Apache RTR 160, unstoppable performance. Apache RTX, the ultimate adventure rally tourer. Celebrating 20 years of TVS Apache. Track ho! Your life ho! India! TVS Apaches. This is pure TVS Apache bloodline. And here we go!
सूरज से पहले उठता जा, हवा से बातें करता जा तू। साइडों पीछे छोड़ दे, राहों का रुख मोड़ दे तू।
Whoa! What a TX, the ultimate adventure rally tourer. Celebrating 20 years of TVS Apache. Track ho! Ya life ho! India!
Ladies and gentlemen, the thump, the energy, the verve. Come on, give it up for the fantastic film. TVS Apache and Ram Madhvani and his team definitely have the chops for actually really distilling the real core and the essence of racing and what Apache really means. Ladies and gentlemen, did you enjoy the film? Yeah? Come on, give me a better response for that. Did you enjoy the film? More like that. Thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Tu Race Laga is the nara, and that is what we're taking everywhere because we, of course, are growing in strength and in glory. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to celebrate the milestone that we've been talking about, the 7th million customer. Today, we're celebrating not just a number, as we've spoken about earlier as well. We're welcoming the 7 millionth rider into the TVS Apache family. Give it a huge round of applause. Come on. A family built on 20 years of racing DNA, millions of unforgettable stories, and one unstoppable Apache spirit. And to do the honors, ladies and gentlemen, may I now request Mr. Gaurav Gupta, our President, India Two-Wheeler Business, on stage. TVS Motor Company and Vimal Sumble, Head Business Premium, TVS Motor Company, on stage, please. And of course, can we have our customer? Ladies and gentlemen, make a lot of noise for our 7th million customer, Mr. Vikas Rane from Thane, Maharashtra. Vikas, my friend, you're the 7th million customer. You are the 7th million member of this community. I just wish he could show a little bit more enthusiasm. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, let's give him, let's inject some enthusiasm on stage. Our 7th million rider, our racer, joining us in this big, beautiful, bold community. Tu race laga, that's the motto. 20 years plus of Apache. Racing is, of course, in our DNA. It has been unleashed. It is going to be even more stronger.
Hello. Any few words from you?
I should say, like, I'm a proud owner of an Apache R310. I think that's it.
You're happy?
Yes,
You
very
like
much.
the movie?
Yes, very much. I enjoyed the movie. And I would like to thank the team TVS for this wonderful recognition. And I hope this goes very well. Like, you guys keep growing always. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We have...
तो आप रेस कब लगाएंगे?
After first service.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Vikas.
It's been a wonderful evening. So just to summarize, ladies and gentlemen, this is a beautiful world premium. Did you all enjoy it? I am sure some of you still in your mind are talking about Tu Race Laga. Oh, photo. Yeah. So, yep. Photo. Thank you very much. Mr. Satish, can you open the gallery for all the people to have a look at it, what Apache is built in real metal? Ladies and gentlemen, I would request all of you to go around the corner and see how these beautiful machines were built, what kind of pedigree it brings, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy. Thank you so much for joining us here. Have a lovely evening.
Thank you very much, Vikas. Thank you very much. And thank you. Thank you to our 7th million rider. There's some beautiful roads in Thane. I hope you enjoy them. And I hope you enjoy your machine for a long, long time. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not over yet. I'm going to ask Miss Harini Kuknur, our head corporate communications India business TVS company, to please come up on stage and to propose a vote of thanks. Thank you, Harini.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for braving everything and coming here and being with us. You've been with us all along in this. We'll continue to keep making legacy going forward.